When you start to learn a language, everyone tells you to use Duolingo. But is it the best app for learning languages? Today, we're going to talk about two different apps, Duolingo and Drops, and we're going to see which is the best. Want to practice your English in a safe, comfortable place? Check out my Facebook group. The link is below. Let's talk first about what these apps are like. When we start Duolingo, we have a list of languages that we can choose from. Today, for this video, I'm going to choose a language that I have never learned before. What have I not tried? Let's try Turkish. You can choose if you already know some of the language, or you can start from scratch. I don't know any Turkish, so let's start from scratch. And this is how it begins. Click on the right one. Let's turn the volume up. So. I have no idea what this means. Let's try... Oh, water and apple. Bir elma. If you click on each word, it tells you what it means when it has the underlined areas. So,
Elma.
one apple. Or an apple.
Ekmek veya su. Ekmek.
So bread
Veya
or
su.
water.
Ye.
Yeah. Ah, he did a dance. That's adorable.
İç. İç.
Each? I'm not sure about
Su
this.
iç. Su iç.
Su. Each?
İç.
Ah, drink water. Okay, that makes sense. Oh no, I don't remember what these mean. Let's see. Bread,
Ekmek.
ekmek. Apple is, I don't know. A is beer, bish. I think veya is or.
Veya.
Is water
Su.
su? Oh, okay. And
Elma.
apple is elma. Yay!
Ye.
Yeah,
Ekmek.
ekmek.
Ve. İç. Su.
Is that right? Yeah. No! So the sentence order is incorrect. And this is a problem because it didn't teach you the correct sentence structure first, and we lost a heart. Before we had 5, now we have 4. So I've gone pretty far in Spanish. The ones that are colored in are ones that I have already started. Leisure is the next category I'm working on. You have tips for some of your later lessons. So this is like an explanation of these type of verbs. Let's try this one. La playa.
Mi hermano y yo comemos mucho. Hermano y yo comemos mucho.
So in this one, you hear a sentence and you have to write it.
Queremos más sándwiches, por favor.
And you can do a speaking practice, or you can click Can't Speak Now. So let's talk about a couple of other features that Duolingo has. Here you have short stories that you can listen to and answer questions about. Here we have leagues. This is where you try to compete with other players. And if you are at the top, usually you get a prize if you're in the top 3. We're going to start with a new language on this, just like we did on Duolingo. And let's see if they have Thai. There it is. When you start, there are all different categories that you can use. Since this has a different alphabets, there are even alphabet practices. That's cool. Computers, astronomy, all kinds of categories. Let's try Thai consonants.
กอไก่
Guakai. Oh, it looks like a bird. That's pretty. So I can drag it up to say I don't want to learn it, or I can drag it down because I
ก
do.
อไก่
Then I practice.
กอไก่
Gokai.
ขอไข่
That sounds exactly the same. And I do want to learn it.
ขอไข่
Kokai.
ขอไข่
Kokai.
กอไก่
Gokai. I can hear a little difference now.
ขอไข่
Gokai.
กอไก่
So you see a timer at the top right corner? We get 5 minutes each 10 hours for free. Now let's try this with a language that I'm a little more advanced in, Portuguese.
O xadrez.
O xadrez.
O xadrez.
O xadrez.
O beisebol.
O beisebol.
O boxe.
O boxe. We used our 5 minutes and now our session is complete. And then every day, after 5 days of logging in consistently, you get a bonus every day. I've gone 62 days in so far. So what are the pros of Duolingo? Duolingo does teach you sentences. The stories do help you with your reading. Leagues do help keep you motivated. Duolingo does teach some verb conjugation and grammar. And Duolingo helps you to work on your listening skills. What are the pros of Drops? Drops allows you to choose the categories of words that you want to learn. So there's a lot of flexibility in Drops. Drops does really well teaching you new alphabets. Drops teaches you to associate a picture to a word, which I think is a very good method of teaching. Drops has a lot of different exercises to review the new vocabulary, and Drops continues to review vocabulary that you have already learned as you learn new vocabulary. What are the cons or the negatives about Duolingo? In Duolingo, you can't choose what you want to learn, and you have to learn things in order. Remember when I tried to answer this question and got it wrong because Duolingo expected me to know a sentence structure before they taught it? That happens a lot and is the main reason I don't use Duolingo. It's very frustrating. Duolingo also has speaking practice, but its system is not accurate and tells you that you're correct even when your accent is horrible. And it spends a lot of time teaching you to translate from your native language to the new language and back. And I, as a language teacher, don't like this method of teaching. And what are the cons about drops? Drops teaches only words or two-word sentences like I go. They don't teach verb conjugation or grammar at all. Let me tell you what I think. For beginners, I think both of these apps are good in different ways. Duolingo does help you to learn to make sentences. It just doesn't do it in a way that's easy. Drops, however, gives you a lot of basic vocabulary and shows you how you can use it to talk about yourself. For intermediate learners, I recommend Drops because you can use that to really expand your vocabulary. Instead of learning the basic words in each category, you can learn all the words so that you really have a lot more words to choose from when you're speaking. And because some of the words in the Drops app are very sophisticated, I would even recommend it for advanced learners. There are some subjects in the Drops categories like climate change and things that are really for advanced speakers. So I personally prefer Drops, but I'm curious, what do you think? Tell me in the comments. But first, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel.